Hello! Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Coffee with Minnie. And today we're going to talk about the 3 most important factors that you should consider when choosing your dream MBA program. It is now admissions/offer season, so many of you might be thinking, what is the right school for me and which offer should I pick from all of these amazing schools that I've gotten into? Well, if you're like me, who for the life of me could not make a decision without weighing all of the pros and cons, which may have included nearly breaking my Excel sheet, this is the right video for you. And I know there are so many things to consider when it comes to choosing the right MBA program for you. There is the program itself, the learning experience, the professors, the job prospect, location, the financial aid, so many other things that come into the calculation. And obviously this priority list will be different for everyone depending on your own circumstance and your short-term and long-term goals. I do think that these 3 factors will be relevant at some point in your decision journey, and I hope that it gives you some clarity as to what is the right choice for you. Factor number 1, your post-MBA role and industry, but including an alternative option. I want to start by making a very bold statement that if your post-MBA goal is to be in management consulting, investment banking, or product management and other MBA functions in big tech, it almost doesn't really matter which M7 schools you go to. It's controversial, but the reason I say that is because generally speaking, in any of the M7 programs here in the US, you will have classmates who have been in one of those functions pre-MBA. And also these types of roles tend to have more structured recruiting programs and timelines, so your career and program office will have more resources to support you throughout that recruiting journey. Big tech is slightly less structured than consulting and banking, but overall it has become one of the more established job functions and paths post-MBA. Any school you go to, you'll probably be able to find a good amount of resources and peers to help you navigate that recruiting process. And outside of those functions, if you have very specific role in an industry that you're targeting, I would think very carefully about what is your top dream role in industry that you want to land in if it's different from your pre-MBA. But also, in the very unlikely event that that doesn't work out, what would be your alternative choice? Another path that may be still of interest you are willing to explore. The reason why it's really important as a consideration is because, first of all, the post-MBA job market is highly competitive. Obviously, you're all super capable and you should and deserve to get what you want in your first choice. Just be mindful that you need to approach recruiting with strategy and intention because of the current state of the market. If you look at the historic hiring trend for consulting, banking, and even product management in big tech, the outlook is not exactly optimistic. There will be consistent headcounts that go into those functions, but just keep in mind that there are many factors when it comes to recruiting. Therefore, it is very important for you to be thoughtful. By looking at your alternative paths and choices, you may want to just allow yourself to change your mind. Many people I know started out the MBA wanting to do one thing, but ended up doing something completely different because they discovered that that's a better fit for them. And a lot of people change their mind in the second year after completing their first year summer internship. They realize that their calling is completely somewhere else. All of those things are fair games, and I think it's very important for you to look at your first choice of role and industry, but also the alternative paths. That will actually help you choose between the offers that you've received among M7 programs or any other MBAs. And number 2, people and culture. It is very important to choose the people that will motivate you, support you, and champion your success. I am a huge advocate for people, culture, and communities. So it is very important for me personally to be at a program where I could feel constantly inspired and motivated by other people. Personally, that was MIT Sloan for me. I tend to want to surround myself with collaborative and kind people. And of course, you're surrounded by incredibly smart people who will accomplish great things in life. As you start to explore different schools, people, and culture, it's like picking your Harry Potter houses. Except now the fate is in your hand. Hopefully by the time that you're applying for an MBA program, you know yourself well enough to determine what type of environment is best suited for your success. I would recommend start by listing out all the values, cultures, and environments that you like or you want to explore during your MBA. That could be collaborative, competitive, challenging, transparent, entrepreneurial, kind, diverse, anything that comes to mind. With that list of benchmarks, you're able to vet all the schools that you got into or that you're applying to much better when it comes to people and culture. I would recommend probing way deeper than what is the culture like in your MBA program during your coffee chats. Personally, I do not love that question because number one, it is too broad and very difficult for me to focus on the aspects that will be beneficial for you in terms of your personal background and experiences and stage of life. And number two, it just shows that you haven't done a lot of deeper research into what the school is like. So during your coffee chats, start asking questions like, when was the moment that you truly felt a culture of collaboration in your MBA program? Have you prepared for job interviews with your peers? Do you guys share the jobs that you're applying for? Have you made a professional connection through a classmate or an alum? What's the school's grades policy? How seriously do students take exams? What was the most challenging moment during your MBA and how did you overcome it? Hopefully, those are some simple tips that will help you vet the people and culture of your dream program. And number three, location. This is probably a factor that is either super important on people's priority, maybe even number one, or almost don't matter at all. For international applicants, especially if this is your first time living in the US, whether you're from Asia, Middle East, South America, I almost feel that the location factor becomes a little less important. You just want that true American MBA experience and in the best school possible. Regardless of where you sit on that list, picking the location does determine your experience quite a bit. Having lived in 4 international cities across 2 continents in the past 10 years of my life, I will start by quoting an essay that I read years ago by Paul Graham, which has fundamentally changed the way that I view cities and the way that I approach the places that I live. Here's a quick summary of the essay. Cities act like filters and amplifiers for ambition. Ambitious people cluster in cities, but each city subtly pushes them towards a particular definition of success. The best city for you isn't necessarily the most famous. It's the one that rewards the thing you care most about winning at. Here are some live examples in helping you understand what he means by cities and ambitions. Hello. I teach at MIT's physics department, and my research focus is macroscopic quantum phenomena and decoherence in superconducting systems. I recently won a Nobel Prize for physics. But truly, I just enjoy teaching at this world-class institution filled with so much top talent. Life is truly meaningless without learning. Oh, hey! I work at Goldman Sachs. I've been an MD for 10 years now. Before Goldman Sachs, I was at JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Citibank, Bank of America, Nomura, and Credit Suisse, pre-UBS. Right now, I make about $1.5 million a year, but that's just from the job. I also own 2 properties in the Upper East Side, but oh my god, the maintenance is getting so expensive. Jesus, I don't really believe in work-life balance. Hey, I'm the founder of a startup. Sorry, can't say because we're in stealth mode. We're currently building AI for LiDAR perception and predictive trajectory planning in autonomous vehicles. We're so gonna take over Waymo. I've never really had a job, but my previous exit was valued at $2 billion. Was a unicorn. But you know, it's never really about the money. I just want to change the world. Hello. I'm a senior barrister at the Essex Court Chamber in London, specializing in international arbitration. Last year, I advised 3 Fortune 500 clients at the same time, while advising the Bank of England on cross-border financial regulations. In my spare time, I sip on fine claret, frequent the National Gallery, and take long walks in the Cotswolds. I strive to be a respected and responsible citizen of society. That wraps the 3 most important things that I think you should consider when choosing between your MBA offers and pursuing your dream program. Number 1, think very carefully about your post-MBA role and industry, both as your first choice and alternative choice. 2, the people and culture. Choose the people and the culture and the environment that will motivate you, support you, and champion your success. And number 3, pick the location that really speaks to your ambition and pick the people that will push you towards the definition of success that you most resonate with. I will caveat that, of course, you can change your cities after you finish your MBA. Like myself, I moved cities after I graduated, but I do think the 2 years of a very rich experience will change a lot of your perspectives. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.